This break is brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV. Now, Blizzard get accused pretty regularly of catering to casuals, but with the new mysterious bonus boss Raiden in the Throne of the Thunder King raid coming in patch 5.2, they've really gone back to appeasing some of their hardcore roots. Basically, what's been discovered is that with the new boss Raiden, he's got this mechanic which hasn't been seen for quite some time. We haven't really noticed this since Wrath of the Lich King, where a wildly unpopular mechanic appeared, which was this idea of limited attempts. Even in a 2010 WoW Twitter developer chat, the devs said that limited attempts didn't really work out. So what are they doing back again? What they've got to say on the matter is that some of the limitations, such as earlier ones such as Algalon, or more accurately Veilastraz, were a limited time thing. So basically there was a limited time period in which the boss was open, normally an hour, and you had the hour to kill the boss, and that was it for that reset. As developer Ian Hazakostas puts in his posts, and the full posts are below in the bottom of the article, this approach is not one Blizzard would like to repeat. It had all sorts of problems with it, so someone DC'd or lagged, or there was any kind of issue, like someone had a person ring them on the phone, pizza arrived, person at the door, you know, all of those things which shouldn't happen but can in your raid. That was basically taking out your time. And what was worse, it caused guilds to often rush. Like if you've only got an hour to do something, you're not going to spend time discussing or explaining tactics or really thinking about something. You're just going to throw yourself at it repeatedly until you kill it. So what they've done instead with Raiden is that they said, okay, instead it's going to be limited by attempts. You get your 30 tries and you are done for the week. But one thing they did like about the aspect of Algalon, and which they think is mimicked in Raiden, is that they're, in their own words, completely optional. I mean, as optional as anything gets as far as progression goes, but these guys are effectively bonus bosses. So Raiden is obviously the final boss after the Thunder King is defeated on heroic difficulty, and you can't do that without having done everything else on heroic, so 12 of 12 heroic will unlock you Raiden, and it has to be on that lockout as well. They're essentially justifying the return of this limited 30 attempt thing as the fact that Raiden is a pure bonus boss. So my question to you is, what do you think about this? I immediately stuck out a thing on Twitter to Scott Macmillan, who is SCO, Guildmaster of Method, asking him for his opinion. And as you can see from the tweet and the article below, some strong language there, apologies for that, he wasn't super impressed with it. He says, does that mean hardcore guilds need 2 raid groups as a minimum in case of this event going forward? And he raises a really valid point. I mean, the big guilds such as Method, I've had an interview with them shortly after they got world first on Will of the Emperor, and they basically said that they had run 5 25-man raids leading up to the opening of that raid. 5 25-man raids every week. 125 characters every week. So essentially, I think that for the hardcore guilds, this is going to basically be a numbers game. It's not going to be a case of, oh no, we've only got 30 attempts. They're just going to keep throwing other teams at it until it's down. I mean, Jens Hazakostas' point of view on this is that, well, they're not going to be able to. They need to actually clear the whole thing with that lockout, and, you know, it all needs to be done on those characters. So if you've got an out team that can be doing it in this world first progression race, then more power to you. And I don't know, what do you think, guys? Do you think that the hardcore guilds will just find a way to power through this, or do you think that this will really slow it down? And furthermore, if you think that this really is going to slow it down, is this not just more artificial gating on Blizzard's part, trying to drag out the content? I mean, that's kind of my view. Of course, everything is artificially gated. You know, gear is gated behind Valor and dailies. They could just give you that gear. And there's various other, you know, heroic raiding is gated behind normal raiding. They could just let you straight into heroic raiding. And to me, I kind of feel like this is a little bit objectionable because it doesn't give you as many chances, and it feels like a sort of false gating. But I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I could be talking complete nonsense there and I just feel put out by it, so I'm complaining. Or it could be a valid point. Do let you know what you think in the comments of the article below, guys. And as ever, keep it locked and dialed to GameBreaker TV for all your gaming needs.